Do you ever feel overwhelmed by negative thoughts or stuck in a cycle of self-doubt? What if you could break free from that mental trap and build a life filled with resilience and inner peace? In this video, we dive into powerful Stoic strategies that have been used for centuries to help people master their minds, overcome adversity, and transform their thinking. If you're ready to take control of your thoughts and create a powerful, enlightened life, keep watching, because the tools you'll learn here could change everything. Grab yourself a cup of coffee or a hot cup of tea or a smoothie, relax, and join me in exploring the valuable insights that Stoic philosophy has to offer. The revered Stoic sage Seneca once reflected on the nature of life with a profound observation. It's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. These words, written nearly 2 millennia ago, resonate more powerfully today than ever before. Our lives, much like a river rushing ceaselessly toward the ocean, flow with both breathtaking speed and irretrievable finality. The minutes, hours, and days of our existence are precious, fleeting, and perhaps most tragically, often squandered. You've likely heard the phrase, "Time is the one asset we can never get back." Yet, how often do we treat time with the same reverence we afford to wealth, possessions, or accomplishments? The wisdom of the Stoics reminds us that mastering the art of living requires us to treat time as a treasure, not a commodity. Drawing inspiration from this timeless philosophy, today we'll embark on an exploration of the Stoic perspective, unveiling 7 transformative practices that can elevate your life and catapult you ahead of 98% of the population. These are not abstract concepts meant to be pondered and set aside, but actionable tools to help you rise above the chaos and mediocrity that often define modern life. By embracing these principles, you won't just exist, you'll thrive in the grand theater of life. So before we dive into these life-changing lessons, I'd truly appreciate it if you could support this journey by liking this video. By doing so, you're helping me continue to spread the profound and practical wisdom of Stoicism. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing and turning on the notification bell to stay connected with future explorations of philosophy, self-mastery, and purposeful living. Let's get started. Way number 1. Cultivating the cosmic perspective. Picture this. You're standing atop a mountain peak, transported thousands of years into the past. The air is crisp and cool. The stars above shine with a brilliance that modern city lights have long since stolen, and beside you sits one of the great Stoic philosophers. Beneath this celestial canopy, you share your struggles, whether they stem from the pressures of success, the endless cycle of comparison on social media, or the relentless pace of life in the 21st century. Your ancient companion listens intently, then gestures upward, pointing to the vast expanse of the cosmos. Galaxies spiral in the infinite distance. Stars burning with unimaginable intensity have existed for eons, indifferent to the lives unfolding below. In this humbling moment, your Stoic guide imparts a truth that has endured through the ages. In the grand tapestry of the universe, our lives are but fleeting shadows. But how does this cosmic perspective set you apart and propel you ahead of 98% of people? It begins with a shift in mindset. Most individuals are imprisoned by the immediacy of their experiences. They magnify every failure, agonize over criticisms, and let societal expectations shackle their potential. The Stoics, however, taught the art of zooming out. By appreciating the sheer insignificance of our personal struggles against the vast backdrop of existence, they cultivated a clarity and calmness that others lack. Let's make this concept tangible. Consider a time when a colleague received the promotion you desperately wanted, or when a careless comment from someone ruined your entire day. These moments can feel overwhelming, consuming your thoughts and dictating your emotions. Yet, through the lens of the cosmic perspective, these events shrink in significance. When you ask yourself, in the grand scheme of things, Does this really matter? The answer is almost always a resounding no. This practice is not about dismissing genuine struggles or invalidating your emotions. Rather, it's about discernment, learning to separate the trivial from the meaningful. By letting go of small grievances and redirecting your energy toward purposeful action, you gain a significant edge. While most people are chasing fleeting validations, whether it's likes on a social media post or superficial accolades, you are grounded, driven by an understanding of life's bigger picture. Even the most successful figures in history have harnessed this cosmic mindset, whether consciously or not. It gave them resilience in the face of failure, clarity amidst chaos, and the ability to focus on what truly mattered. They weren't just reacting to life, they were shaping it. So how can you embrace this perspective in your own life? Start small. Dedicate moments of reflection, perhaps in the quiet of early morning or under the stars at night. Read about the vastness of the universe, the billions of galaxies, the ancient stars that predate humanity by eons. Visualize the ephemeral nature of life's challenges. As you incorporate this habit, you'll find yourself less burdened by life's minor setbacks and more focused on what truly matters. In a world where the majority are consumed by the trivial, your ability to see the bigger picture places you in a category of your own. You're not just surviving, you're thriving, with a mindset that allows you to rise above distractions, setbacks, and societal pressures. Way number 2. Practicing negative visualization. Imagine this. You're surrounded by all that you hold dear. A supportive family, a comfortable home, a promising career. Life feels stable, predictable, and secure. Yet, as you sip your morning coffee and glance at your schedule for the day, your mind starts to drift. What if, just for a moment, you entertained the thought of losing it all? This practice, known as negative visualization, is one of the most misunderstood Stoic techniques. At first glance, it may seem morbid or unnecessarily pessimistic, but its purpose couldn't be further from that. Rather than fostering fear, negative visualization cultivates gratitude, resilience, and clarity. Most people live their lives chasing the next milestone, the next promotion, or the next purchase, constantly striving for more, but rarely pausing to appreciate what they already have. This perpetual yearning often blinds us to the richness of our current lives. By intentionally imagining the absence of what we cherish, be it our relationships, health, or possessions, we deepen our appreciation for their presence. Consider Emma, a young entrepreneur deeply engrossed in scaling her business. She spends her days in meetings and nights buried in her laptop, too preoccupied with future success to acknowledge the sacrifices she's making in the present. One evening, after learning about the Stoic practice of negative visualization, Emma begins to imagine what life would look like if her business were to fail completely. The exercise doesn't paralyze her with fear. Instead, it shifts her perspective. She begins to realize that even in failure, she would still have her supportive family, her health, and her inherent creativity. This realization not only alleviates her anxiety, but also reignites her gratitude for the opportunity to pursue her dreams in the first place. So how can you incorporate negative visualization into your life? Set aside a few minutes daily, preferably in a quiet space, and reflect on what life would be like without something you currently value. Imagine, for instance, the absence of a cherished friend, a professional achievement, or even a mundane comfort like your morning coffee. Let yourself feel the weight of that absence, not to cause distress, but to nurture a profound sense of appreciation. By practicing this regularly, you'll find that your mindset shifts. Instead of taking things for granted or obsessing over what's lacking, you'll feel grounded and thankful for what you already possess. And when the inevitable challenges of life arise, this mental exercise will equip you with the resilience to navigate them with grace. In a society where dissatisfaction drives much of human behavior, this Stoic tool gives you a rare advantage. the ability to feel fulfilled amidst the endless noise of more. While others chase fleeting happiness, you stand anchored in gratitude, savoring the beauty of what already exists in your life. Way number 3, embracing voluntary discomfort. Now imagine stepping into a cold shower first thing in the morning. The icy water jolts your senses, and your immediate instinct is to retreat. Why subject yourself to this discomfort when a warm, soothing option is just a turn of the handle away? Yet, as you stand there, enduring the chill, you begin to notice something remarkable. The discomfort, while sharp at first, gradually fades. You feel invigorated, your body alive with energy, your mind sharper than ever. This practice of seeking out voluntary discomfort is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, and for good reason. While modern life is designed to maximize comfort, the Stoics understood that excessive comfort weakens the mind and spirit. By deliberately stepping into controlled challenges, we fortify ourselves against the unpredictability of life. Let's look at an example from today's world. Meet Adam, a corporate professional who's grown accustomed to the conveniences of modern living. Quick meals delivered to his doorstep, a car that whisks him from place to place, and a climate-controlled home. His life, though comfortable, feels stagnant. Inspired by the Stoics, Adam decides to shake things up. He begins fasting once a week, choosing to walk to work instead of driving, and occasionally spending weekends without his smartphone. These small, intentional discomforts sharpen his resilience, teaching him to endure minor inconveniences without complaint. Over time, he finds himself better equipped to handle larger, unexpected challenges, such as workplace setbacks or personal conflicts. The Stoic philosopher Musonius Rufus articulated this principle best when he said, "Practice yourself, for heaven's sake, in little things, and then proceed to greater." By willingly exposing yourself to manageable hardships, you develop mental and emotional strength that sets you apart from the majority. To integrate this into your life, start small. Commit to something as simple as taking the stairs instead of the elevator, or skipping that dessert you're craving. Try sleeping without a blanket on a cool night, or exercising without music to distract you. These actions, though seemingly insignificant, build a muscle of discipline and fortitude. The magic of this practice lies in its ripple effects. When life inevitably throws you into discomfort beyond your control, a financial loss, a health scare, or a personal disappointment, you'll find that your mind and body are already conditioned to face adversity with composure. While most people crumble in the face of hardship, clinging desperately to their comforts, you'll stand steady, unshaken. By training yourself to embrace discomfort, you're not just preparing for life's challenges, you're thriving in them. And in a world that prizes comfort above all else, this Stoic strength places you leagues ahead of the competition. Way number 4, controlling the dichotomy of control. Imagine yourself seated in a tranquil garden, its serenity punctuated only by the gentle rustling of leaves in the breeze and the sound of a nearby stream. In front of you sits a wise Stoic elder, his face calm and composed, exuding an air of quiet authority. He speaks of a principle that is simple yet profound, an ancient dichotomy. There are things within our control, he begins, his voice steady, and things that lie beyond it. In that moment, the world seems to pause as you absorb the weight of these words. It's easy to assume that we have some measure of control over everything that happens in our lives, our circumstances, other people's behavior, even the weather. Yet, the Stoics understood that the real key to peace and success lies in mastering the art of distinguishing between what we can change and what we cannot. This dichotomy of control, one of Stoicism's core tenets, offers a roadmap for navigating life's ups and downs. It teaches that the only thing truly within our control is our own thoughts, actions, and responses. Everything else, the opinions of others, market fluctuations, world events, or even the weather, are beyond our grasp. Yet, Most people spend an inordinate amount of time and emotional energy trying to influence the uncontrollable. Let's consider a modern example. Jane, a young professional with a promising career, stands before her company's board of directors, ready to pitch her innovative idea. She has poured countless hours into refining her presentation, rehearsing her delivery, and preparing for the tough questions she anticipates. Despite her best efforts, Jane knows she cannot control the final decision of the board. They may love her idea or reject it outright. Yet Jane's power lies in how she prepares. She chooses to control her level of preparation, the clarity of her message, and her response to any questions posed by the board. She focuses on what she can influence, her thoughts, actions, and attitude, and lets go of what lies beyond her reach, the outcome. As a result, she delivers a pitch with poise and confidence, leaving no room for regret, regardless of the outcome. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus famously asked, "Is this something that is or is not in my control?" This question, simple yet powerful, can serve as a guiding compass in our lives. By continually asking ourselves whether a situation is within our control, we can stop wasting energy on externalities and instead focus on where we can make a real difference. To adopt this practice, start by becoming more self-aware. When faced with a challenge or decision, pause for a moment and discern what aspects are truly within your power. Is it your effort, your mindset, or your response to the situation? Perhaps it's your ability to control your emotions or your time. Once you identify what you can control, channel your energy there. For those elements outside your control, acknowledge them, but do not allow them to sway you emotionally or mentally. By consistently practicing this distinction between what you can and cannot control, you gain clarity, reduce stress, and increase your effectiveness in both personal and professional realms. This practice does not equate to passively resigning yourself to fate, but rather to actively engaging with life in a way that maximizes your agency. In a world where many are ensnared by the chaotic web of external events, this Stoic principle gives you an undeniable edge. While others are caught up in the unpredictable tides of life, you are grounded in the calm certainty of knowing what you can change and what you must simply accept. This strategic advantage sets you apart, positioning you for success, growth, and fulfillment. As you cultivate the practice of discerning control, you'll find that you're no longer swayed by the opinions of others or discouraged by circumstances. Instead, you move through life with confidence and intention, knowing that your peace of mind, your focus, and your success depend on what you choose to control. And in this clarity, you'll find unparalleled freedom. Way number 5, practicing journaling for self-reflection. In the heart of an ancient library, filled with scrolls and tomes, you happen upon a Stoic philosopher, deeply engrossed in his writings. Unlike the grand theories and speeches one might expect from such thinkers, his work is personal, introspective. He is not documenting theories for publication, but rather engaging in a quiet, private practice. Journaling. The philosopher looks up from his writing and shares the secret of his practice. The written word, in this private context, becomes a mirror to the soul. At first, journaling may seem like a mundane or even trivial activity. After all, how could writing in a notebook possibly set you apart from the majority? Yet when embraced with intention and sincerity, journaling transforms into a powerful tool for self-awareness, growth, and decision-making. In a world filled with distractions, where we often rush from one task to the next, journaling allows us the stillness to look inward, to examine our motivations, emotions, and desires with clarity. Consider Alex, a mid-level manager in a corporate setting. On the surface, Alex's career is thriving. He has the title, the salary, and the perks. Yet deep down, he feels unanchored. His work has become driven more by external pressures, deadlines, expectations, and the approval of others, than by his own passion and values. One day, Alex begins the practice of Stoic journaling, writing a few sentences each evening about his thoughts, challenges, and emotions. At first, the process feels awkward, but as Alex continues, he begins to notice patterns. He discovers that certain decisions make him feel at peace, while others trigger stress and anxiety. He uncovers the discrepancy between what he thinks he should be doing versus what he genuinely desires. Over time, journaling becomes a tool of self-discovery, enabling Alex to realign his career trajectory with his core values. The act of writing gives him the space to reflect on what truly matters to him, helping him make decisions that are more authentic and fulfilling. This type of introspective journaling has been a practice of the Stoics for centuries. Marcus Aurelius, one of Stoicism's most well-known figures, penned his personal thoughts in meditations, not as a public work, but as a tool for self-improvement. In his writings, he reflected on his struggles, triumphs, and moral growth, seeking to refine his understanding of life's deeper truths. He once wrote, "The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts." By regularly journaling, you refine those thoughts, ensuring that they are purposeful, clear, and aligned with your highest ideals. So, how can you begin journaling for self-reflection? The practice is simple, yet profoundly impactful. Dedicate just a few minutes each day, either in the morning or before bed, to write down your thoughts, challenges, and insights. Reflect on the events of your day, what went well, what didn't, and why. Note any emotional triggers, patterns you've observed, and areas where you feel aligned or out of balance. Over time, this practice will deepen your self-awareness, helping you to make better decisions, overcome obstacles, and grow in resilience. As you journal, you'll notice a shift in your mindset. You'll become more mindful of your thoughts and emotions, able to discern which ones serve you and which ones hinder your progress. In a world where many rush through their days without reflecting on their inner lives, journaling gives you a rare advantage: the ability to pause, reflect, and course correct. By mastering this practice, you gain the clarity and insight to navigate life's complexities with intention and wisdom. While others may be swept away by external pressures and distractions, you stand firmly rooted in the knowledge of your own mind and heart, poised to make choices that are authentic and meaningful. Way number 6, using obstacles as opportunities. Imagine walking into a dimly lit chamber, its walls adorned with ancient stone carvings depicting the lives of great philosophers. A group of Stoic students sits in a circle around their mentor, eager to absorb his wisdom. The air is thick with the scent of ink and parchment as the philosopher begins to speak, his voice calm yet commanding. "Imagine," he says, "the windmill. It stands tall and firm against the gusting winds that sweep through the land. While these winds may topple trees or scatter debris, the windmill harnesses their force to turn its blades, grinding grain and powering progress. In much the same way, adversity can be used to fuel our growth and success." The students listen intently, their eyes widening as they begin to grasp the profound truth of this metaphor. To the Stoic, obstacles were never something to be feared or avoided. Instead, they were opportunities, moments in life where one could choose to grow, adapt, and emerge stronger. This principle is counterintuitive to much of human nature. When faced with hardship or failure, most people react with despair, frustration, or avoidance. They see obstacles as roadblocks, endpoints that cannot be overcome. But the Stoics, led by the wisdom of thinkers like Epictetus and Seneca, recognize that the true power lies not in avoiding difficulties, but in transforming them into stepping stones. Take Clara, for instance, an ambitious entrepreneur who has poured her heart and soul into launching a revolutionary new tech product. She's certain that this will be the next big thing, but then, without warning, a well-funded competitor releases a nearly identical product. For many, this would feel like a crushing blow, a threat to their business, their reputation, and their dreams. But Clara, grounded in Stoic wisdom, doesn't see this as a defeat. Instead, she reframes the situation as an opportunity. Rather than reacting with fear or anxiety, she looks at the competitor's product with a critical eye, identifying areas where she can improve her own. She refines her design, updates her marketing strategy, and works even harder to understand the specific needs of her target audience. What initially seemed like a devastating obstacle becomes the catalyst for innovation. Months later, Clara's company not only survives but thrives. Her ability to leverage the challenge, rather than succumb to it, sets her apart from others in the market. This Stoic perspective doesn't just make her business more resilient, it also enhances her personal growth as she learns how to adapt, pivot, and thrive in the face of adversity. So, how can you adopt this mindset in your own life? The key lies in reframing how you view challenges. The next time you encounter an obstacle, ask yourself, what can this teach me? How can I use this challenge to become better, smarter, or more resilient? Instead of focusing on the negative emotions that often accompany setbacks, frustration, anger, or hopelessness, focus on the opportunity for growth that lies within every difficulty. It's important to remember that obstacles come in many forms. They can appear as failures in your career, personal relationships, financial setbacks, or even health challenges. No matter the nature of the obstacle, the Stoic approach remains the same. Confront it with curiosity and resilience, not fear or resignation. In doing so, you'll find that you not only navigate difficulties with greater ease, but you also position yourself for long-term success. Consider how many people are derailed by challenges. In a society that prizes instant gratification and the avoidance of discomfort, most individuals shrink from obstacles, allowing them to stagnate. But the Stoic, with their ability to see every challenge as an opportunity, stands apart. While others are paralyzed by the fear of failure, the Stoic embraces adversity as a teacher, guiding them toward a higher version of themselves. This Stoic principle doesn't just help you cope with setbacks, it empowers you to take control of them. Each obstacle becomes a tool in your personal toolkit, one that sharpens your skills and broadens your perspective. The more you practice this mindset, the more adept you become at transforming life's inevitable challenges into opportunities for growth. In a world where many are overwhelmed by setbacks, your ability to see obstacles as opportunities puts you in a unique position. While others may see walls, you see doors. While they see endings, you recognize beginnings. This ability to shift your perspective not only enhances your resilience, but also accelerates your success. By using obstacles as opportunities, you build a mindset that is invincible, capable of thriving no matter what life throws your way. Way number 7. Cultivating inner contentment. Beneath the sprawling canopy of a fig tree, its branches heavy with lush fruit, a group of students gathers around a renowned Stoic teacher. His eyes glint with the wisdom of years, and his voice, though calm, carries the weight of profound understanding. He speaks not of distant lands or grand ideals, but of something far closer to home, something that resonates deeply within each of us: inner contentment. As the students listen intently, the teacher shares a simple yet profound truth. True prosperity, true success, lies not in the accumulation of wealth or the pursuit of external achievements, but in the cultivation of inner peace and satisfaction. While the world around us is constantly pushing us to chase after accolades, possessions, and recognition, the Stoics teach that our greatest source of fulfillment comes from within. In a modern world that is relentlessly obsessed with outward success, career advancements, financial status, social media popularity, it can be easy to fall into the trap of measuring our self-worth by external standards. We are taught to compare ourselves to others, to constantly seek validation from the world around us. Yet, the Stoics understood that true happiness is not found in these fleeting sources, but in the quiet, unwavering contentment of the soul. Take Sarah, a talented artist living in a bustling city. Surrounded by peers who measure success by gallery representation, media coverage, or sales figures, Sarah could easily succumb to the pressure to conform to these external metrics of achievement. After all, aren't those the markers of success in the art world? But Sarah, grounded in Stoic philosophy, does not anchor her worth to these superficial standards. Instead, she finds deep satisfaction in the very act of creation. The joy of expressing her unique vision, of bringing her inner world to life on canvas. This sense of inner contentment shields Sarah from the inevitable challenges and setbacks that come with pursuing a career in the arts. While rejections and criticisms may sting, they do not define her sense of self. She is not dependent on external validation for her happiness. Her fulfillment comes from the process itself, from the knowledge that she is living in alignment with her values and passions. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, once said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." In other words, happiness does not lie in the hope of future achievements or possessions, but in the present moment. By cultivating inner contentment, we free ourselves from the anxiety that often comes with external expectations. We learn to savor the present, to find joy not in what we hope to achieve, but in what we already have. So, how can you practice this Stoic principle in your own life? It starts with daily gratitude. Take a moment each day, perhaps in the morning before the world awakens, or in the evening as the sun sets, to reflect on the things you are thankful for. This simple practice shifts your focus from what you lack to what you already possess, both materially and emotionally. Engage deeply with your tasks, whatever they may be. Whether you're working on a project at work, tending to your garden, or spending time with loved ones, focus on the experience itself. Find joy in the process, in the effort you put in, and in the sense of fulfillment that comes from doing something well, rather than fixating on the end result. In addition, it's important to periodically disconnect from the constant barrage of societal metrics. Take a break from the noise of social media, from the pressure to keep up with others' successes, and tune into your own internal sense of fulfillment. What truly matters to you? What brings you peace? By practicing these habits, you begin to build a reservoir of inner contentment, an unwavering sense of peace and satisfaction that is independent of external circumstances. No longer will you be at the mercy of other people's opinions, the market fluctuations, or the social trends that dominate modern life. Your happiness will not depend on the next promotion, the perfect vacation, or the approval of others. Instead, you will find contentment within yourself. This Stoic practice of cultivating inner contentment provides you with a remarkable advantage in the modern world. While others are constantly chasing external validation, you will stand apart, grounded in the knowledge that your happiness and fulfillment are not dependent on the whims of the world around you. Your sense of peace will become a beacon, attracting genuine relationships, opportunities, and experiences that align with your true self. In a world rife with comparison, this inner sanctuary of contentment becomes your greatest source of strength. You become impervious to the ebb and flow of social expectations, and your decisions are no longer driven by fear of judgment or the need to impress others. Instead, you act from a place of clarity, confidence, and authenticity, knowing that your true success is measured not by what you achieve, but by how deeply you are at peace with yourself. In the end, the Stoic path is not about rejecting ambition or striving for success. It's about understanding that true prosperity begins from within. When you cultivate inner contentment, you not only elevate your own life, but also inspire others to do the same. And in this, you will find that your sense of peace, satisfaction, and joy becomes the greatest gift you can offer the world. Thank you for joining me today on Stoic Emblem. Remember, every morning is a new page in your life story. and your words are the pen. Choose them wisely. For more insights on living a Stoic life, please watch the suggested videos on your screen.